Foreign forces have patrolled the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo for the last 3 decades. Picture rebel groups, UN peacekeepers, the Congolese National Army, mercenaries, and even special intervention brigades. But after years of endless violence and over 6 million deaths, many Congolese have grown tired and hopeless, and now want all foreign troops to leave so that for once and for all, the DRC would have true sovereignty.
Nous voulons également que nous puissions voir tous les rebelles qui ont déjà occupé les différentes entités être, n'est-ce pas, quitter le sol congolais.
So, what would happen if all foreign troops left? Welcome to the flip side. Congolese President Felix Tshisekedi wanted the UN peacekeeping mission MONUSCO to leave his country so badly that he made it an election campaign promise. But in early 2025, an alliance of rebel groups spearheaded by the Rwanda-backed M23 captured Goma, the capital of North Kivu province in the mineral-rich east. The Congolese army, backed by pro-government militia, was unable to stop the rebels, which points to a fundamental problem.
The weakness of the Congolese administration has created both insecurity and a political vacuum in the east of the country, which has then been manipulated by these foreign forces.
Back in 2016, the DRC had already faced an insurrection in the southern Kasai provinces.
We saw both the civilian administration and the National Army able to go into the Kasais to put that insurrection down and also to maintain basic stability and services for the domestic population.
So when it wants, the DRC can assert control. But the threat in Kasai was relatively minor compared to the situation near Goma. The present crisis is snowballing.
It is impossible to control. It is what we define in the conflict studies as a collapsing situation.
It is really that Kinshasa has refused to control this territory. They see it as too messy, too much of a distraction from other objectives of the state.
Stopping rebel groups the Congolese government sees as a threat, like the Rwanda-backed M23, is why, historically, foreign troops from the Southern African Development Community, the UN, and the East African Community have been deployed to stabilize the eastern Congo, but with little success.
While the outcomes have been mixed, we recognize that achieving a lasting stability is a gradual process rather than a single event.
We express our deepest gratitude to the South African National Defence Force, SANDF, for their continued support and dedication to the peace in the DRC during this difficult period.
So again, what if those foreign forces left the DRC?
I'm not sure this would be a good idea because you have people without the presence of the state. Those troops, local troops, are created as the way to defend themselves in community. So imagine now if you have no government state and now all those international troops, the situation will be worse.
And there's another risk.
We would see the entire array of other rebel groups in eastern Congo that are opposed to the Congolese state rise up and fill that space. That's one of the things I think that's been forgotten in the context of the current M23 crisis.
So if all foreign forces left the DRC, it would undoubtedly leave behind a chaotic power vacuum instead of the stability and sovereignty that the Congolese people desperately want. And that's the flip side.